Caravan rolls into San Diego, the site of this year's mid-season classic. With 7 All-Stars, the Cubs made Petco feel like home. Tonight, they return with the rest of their teammates looking for more California gold.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Beautiful night here in downtown San Diego as we get set for the Cubs and the Padres. Game 1 of a 3-game weekday set. And welcome to a late night of Cubs baseball. Jim DeShays and Len Casper with you. The Cubs got blown out yesterday in Colorado, but Addison Russell hit 2 more home runs.
Yeah, they made a bunch of errors, gave up a lot of runs. Not a lot of good things happened, but Addison Russell had a very nice day at the plate. He's been good for an extended period of time now. Last couple of weeks hitting close to 300, 380 on base, slugging better than 700. He's hit 5 home runs in the last couple of weeks, including these 2 yesterday, the line drive shot and then a towering, majestic home run. So that was the good news for the Cubs yesterday. We check out the numbers on Addison Russell. Where does he rank among National League shortstops? 4th in home runs, 1st in RBI, 6th in OPS, and among the best defenders in the game.
And he is one of 7 Cubs All-Stars who played in this ballpark in July for the National League, including John Lester.
Yeah, John Lester will be making his first ever start in this ballpark since the break. 6 starts, 4-0 with a 241, yielding just a 193 batting average. And there's our old buddy Edwin Jackson pitching now for his 11th major league team. He's made 6 starts with the Padres, 3-2 with a 520.
After 4 days off, Jason Hayward back in the lineup. Cubs 1-2 to start this Western Division road trip. The Padres in 4th. In the West, we'll have the Cubs and Pods from San Diego next.
Cubs baseball.
Benny's Beverage Depot, and if Dexter Fowler gets a hit to start the game, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Chris Bryant, who went to the University of San Diego and hit a big home run off Chris Sale in the All-Star game in this ballpark. Very popular guy on our Xfinity high-speed action. His dad told him, look, fastball. He did, and he went deep. Unfortunately, the National League lost the game 4-2, but the Cubs were well represented. Fowler, Bryant, Rizzo, Zobrist, Russell, all All-Stars. Hayward back in the lineup after sitting out for 4 days. Javier Baez will play third with Bryant in left. Ross catches, Lester pitches.
Padres defensively, brought to you by Arby's. This is a team that has committed 93 errors, second most in the National League. Dickerson, Jankowski, Kivlehan cover left, center, right here. A lot of new faces from when we saw the Padres earlier this year. Rosales, Ramirez, Sardinas, and Myers third to first. Christian Bethancourt, he's got a big arm behind the plate. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Edwin Jackson with Miami earlier this year. Now Padre, he's appeared in 14 games, 6 starts, all with San Diego. And combined with the two clubs, 3-3 with a 5.36 ERA. Lifetime 91 and 110 with a 4.60 ERA. The 2009 All-Star, working for his 11th major league team. That's too shy of the record held by Octavio Dotel.
Now your umpires, Kerwin Danley, who played college ball at San Diego State with the late Tony Gwynn. Working home plate, Nick Lentz, Mark Ripperger, and the crew chief Joe West on the bases. Chamber of Commerce weather here in San Diego tonight. Calm conditions, temperatures in probably the low 70s at this point, and Jackson to Fowler, and a high strike to get us started.
And when fastball, slider, curve, and change, he's maxed out at 97, so he can still deliver the mail.
Breaking ball misses. 1-1.
He'll throw more sliders than curves, but he uses them both. Occasionally the changeup.
That is low. And it's 2-1. Is that a slider at 90?
Might have been, yeah. Yep.
He darted out of the zone. Throwing hard tonight.
Might be a little jacked up.
Yeah, stuff has never been an issue for Edwin. 3-1.
Yeah, and despite that good stuff, he's working a very low walk rate this year. He's only struck out 14%. Which is well below league average. He's walked 10%. So when you have that small gap between your strikeout and your walk rate, usually bad things happen.
Strike 2 on the outer edge. Full count.
Last time out, Edwin got knocked around pretty good. Allowed 8 runs in 4 innings. That was at Tampa Bay, one of his other former clubs.
Ball 4. He walked him.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 17, Chris Bryant.
This hand for Bryant comes in at an even 300. He's got 11 hits over his last 4 games. 99 runs scored. That leads the majors.
He has been a joy to watch here. Well, it's been fun to watch the last 2 years, but of late his at-bats are just so good.
Yanked to left, but foul.
Good look from over top.
That's our satellite view from Venus. A good zoom lens.
Yeah, we had to pay extra, but we hope it's worth it.
Ooh.
No, Kerwin. See, San Diego State guy. They don't like USD people. It's the Aztec behind the plate and the Torero at the plate. You're going to try to hook him right here. Better not leave it in the zone.
0-2. Shallow right. And caught. That's Sardinius, the second baseman, in his Padres debut. Helping out Kiblahan. Nice running catch.
Yeah, Sardinius had a long way to go. Not a whole lot of time to get there. Kiblahan was not going to be in position to make a play. So Jackson did leave that breaking ball up, got away with it. A rare mistake, not hammered by Bryant.
That little pop-up was a half of Jerry Reed. It was a long way to go and a long time to get there. Here's Rizzo, the former Padre. He and Bryant came into the game tonight tied for second in the National League with a .957 OPS.
So they got the shift down for Rizzo. This is a little different than what we see from most teams. That infield positioning. I guess that's Sardinius. Look how close Sardinius is to the first base line.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, right? That's kind of unique. A lot of times we'll see that one infielder will be playing kind of rover out in short right field, or the shortstop might be closer to the bag and the second baseman a few steps to his right. So their advanced scouting on Rizzo, their spray chart dictates that they position this way.
And we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Gridley Cable in McLean County, Illinois tonight.
And not to belabor the point, but it seems to me there's not that many balls that Sardinius will get to that Myers couldn't get to.
Right.
You know, if Myers is aggressively coming off the base as the pitch is being delivered.
The 1-1. Now 2-1. That one really slows it down with men on base.
Having a flashback.
Their rotation, if you look at what they had on opening day, Tyson Ross pitched on opening day. He has been on the DL since with a shoulder injury. James Shields is now with the White Sox. Andrew Kashner traded to Miami. Colin Ray traded to Miami. Elbow injury, traded back. Drew Pomeranz, all-star, traded to Boston.
Oh, right look at that positioning.
Oh, JD. No.
Extra points to whoever's breaking down Anthony Rizzo.
Padres coming up. scoring a lot of runs here in this ballpark the last couple of months, almost 5.5 per game since June 1st. Jankowski, the center fielder, on a nice on-base streak that's reached 20 games. Alexei Ramirez is shortstop. The All-Star Myers. Dickerson hit the pinch hit grand slam at Wrigley for his first major league home run. Bethancourt with a game-winning homer in that series. Kivlahan in his third game here. The Chicago native Rosales. We mentioned Sardinius, and Edwin Jackson hitting .308.
Cubs defensively brought to you by Arby's. Chris Bryant will play left tonight. Dexter Fowler center. Jason Hayward back in the lineup after a little sabbatical. Baez, Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo around the horn. David Ross behind the plate. And the Lexus pursuing perfection. Starting pitcher at Petco Park is Mr. John Lester. 13 up, 4 down, 2.86 ERA. That's the second best earned run average in his career. Making start number 25, and as we mentioned in our open, first ever here at Petco.
And again, he did work in the All-Star game, but this is the first time he's ever pitched here in the regular season, so he's now worked in every current major league park.
Jankowski, he kind of looks like Bronson Arroyo. Field goal kicker.
Does. Yeah.
Bronson Arroyo, look-alike, and speed guy. Doesn't hit for much power, but he can steal a bag, work a walk. So Baez way in at third. Likewise Rizzo at first.
Sounded like he cracked his bat, but his on-base streak has stretched to 21 games. And this is a team that likes to run, and you would think they would do that tonight.
Jankowski's stolen 26 bases, been caught 7 times. Padres third in the league with 102 steals. They've been very efficient, successful 76% of the time. That's the second best success rate in the league in the stolen base department.
First year with the Padres for Ramirez, 34 years old, 8 seasons with the White Sox. But a tough go offensively. Outside ball 1 among all major league qualifiers. He ranks third to last in OPS. Jason Hayward, by the way, is just above him, fourth from the bottom.
And whereas Jason Hayward is having another spectacular year defensively, Ramirez has not.
There goes the runner. Ross gets rid of it quickly, and the throw gets away from Zobrist. Actually looked like it hit Jankowski, who picks up his 27th of the year. No hesitation, big lead.
And not as big as we've seen from some. The throw sails a little bit on David Ross.
Yeah, the throw actually beat him. One and one now on the batter. Runner at second. Nobody out, just underway, bottom 1.
Now, Ramirez has committed 14 errors this year, and according to Baseball Reference's defensive runs saved metric, he's last in the major leagues for shortstops. So he's having a tough go all the way around out here in San Diego.
Long pause by John. The 2-1 grounded, and a nice play by Baez as Jankowski has to hold at second. 1 out. That's such great body control, doesn't he?
Yep. It's usually good for at least 1 a day.
And if you or I went down like that, it'd take us 5 minutes to get up.
Yeah, and on the Baez scale, that one not really that special, but it's still a very nice play. We've gotten spoiled with some of the things he's pulled off out there.
And now they've got Jankowski caught, but all Lester did was see it and kind of run him back. It's interesting with all the scouting reports on John. Jankowski is acting like he thinks John's going to throw it.
Yeah,
and I don't know if he's going to.
His lead at first base wasn't that big, and his lead off second base isn't that big. He's bouncing around out there like he's trying to distract John or contemplating running. But the guys who have success against John are the ones that take the really big lead and, you know, force him to step off and reset. For the year, coming into this one, base stealers had stolen 19 bases with John on the mound, been caught 8 times. So caught stealing percentage with Lester on the mound actually better than average.
1-1 to Myers, and he held up 2-1. Interesting splits for Myers. In that, this is a pitcher's ballpark. He's hitting .335 here with an OPS of 1021. On the road, 201, OPS of 621.
Yeah, explain that. Explain that one, Lucy.
2-1 pitch, way outside, 3-1.
Myers was an all-star. Had that great rookie year for Tampa, hit 13 home runs, batted .293, and then had some injury issues, fell off. Played 60 games for the Padres last year.
Fouled away off to the right.
Well, he's one of those guys where people started to wonder, is this guy ever going to be able to fulfill his promise? And it looks like he will. He's turned into a very solid player.
Long look by the lefty, and now Ross will head out for your you uniform junkies out there, and I would consider myself one of those. The Padres are the first team ever to wear a commemorative jersey during an all-star season. Notice they added that gold to the navy blue for the home games on Friday. When we're not here on a Friday, they're doing the brown and yellow to honor their early team history. Sunday home games, navy digital camo. They have had a very colorful uniform history dating back to 1969. Three-two, he got him. So Myers has been striking out at a pretty alarming rate. 19 times over his last 33 at bats now.
You get a guy in a funk like that, you don't have to give in when you get deep in the count.
I think they should go back to the brown and gold all the time, because they kind of own that color, don't they? Cleveland Browns of the NFL and the Padres, Major League Baseball. And that was the batting practice look for the All-Star game.
I like the previous one better.
Yeah. Alex Dickerson fouls away. His first major league home run was May 9th at Wrigley. Pinch hit grand slam.
Raleigh fingers.
That's Harry the Heckler.
Snidely whiplash. Dickerson with good power numbers. See that slugging percentage. Well, here he goes.
And he's going to be out to end the inning.
3 times. That's all kinds of bad base running there. Good hair, bad base running.
So, an eventful first on the base pass for Jankowski, and the inning. Oh man. Over. Down goes Jankowski. that they should wear brown again all the time. You can tell by the jersey. This was a bizarre end of the inning.
Yeah, he tries a delayed steal. Baez is playing way off the base, so he feels like he's got an opportunity to take advantage here. But it's a bad idea with 2 outs, a left-handed hitter up there. David Ross with John Lester on the mound you're not going to, sneak anything by him. He's so tuned into the potential stolen base.
Ball 1 on Ben Zobrist, who had 4 hits, knocked in 3 over the weekend in Denver. May 9th against the Padres, 4 for 4, and a Cubs 8-7 win. With 6 for 9 with a couple of walks in that series. The Padres won a doubleheader. They swept the Cubs in the final 2 games of that series. It was the first time the Cubs had lost 2 in a row to start the season. They had a 25-6 record going into that doubleheader on May 11th. Jackson's 2-1 pitch is popped up, and it's Ramirez near second base. A reminder, Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm.
Cubs losing 2 out of 3 over the weekend to Colorado, the first series loss for the Cubs since dropping 2 to the White Sox on the south side July 25th and 26th. First time they lost a 3-game set since that series right before the All-Star break to the Pirates.
Pitch to Addison Russell is a curveball that's high for ball 1. You mentioned his RBI pace in the open, or at least one of the opens we did. I can't remember if it was the one we aired or not, but he's on a pace to knock in 103.
That wasn't. You're letting our secrets out. We never blow it open. We never have to do it again. We always nail it.
I remember you said it, and then I'm thinking, I don't know if it was the one that aired.
I think it was the first one.
All right. Because there would be somebody out there who would say, he never said that in the open. High deep drive for Russell. Way back. Gone. Number 18.
This young man's getting the hang of this. He has been driving the ball with regularity, as we pointed out in one of our many opens that we taped tonight. That's number 6 for him the last couple of weeks. Let's see, what's he get from Edwin here? A little cement mixer slider. Bell tie and gone. Here's your Ford home run replay. Somebody called it. Taking credit.
Jason Hayward takes ball 1. Back in the lineup after getting a mental breather, sitting out the last 4.
Yeah, just kind of come to the park and be a fan was the message from Joe. Just come and enjoy, watch, kick back. Sometimes a manager will give a guy days off with the idea that he's just going to grind and work, do early work, and then take the game off. That wasn't the goal here. That's already happened. Jason's been working his tail off in the batting cage, BP, and working with John Maley. The 4 days off here was just, hey, just kick back, relax, clear your mind, have a little fun.
Three and 1 on Hayward. So the Padres were interested in Edwin Jackson when the Cubs signed him into that 4-year deal. As a Cub, it did not go well. 16 and 34, 82 appearances, 58 starts, and had a .537. Bounce to first. Myers to Jackson for the out. Edwin was always a stand-up guy. Never ducked the media. Never blamed the fans for booing. He got paid well, and I know he wanted to pitch a lot better than he did.
Yeah, and this is the final year of that 4-year deal. He's still on that contract.
But you said it on the live portion of our broadcast. He has traveled a lot, and I suppose that is appropriate considering he is the son of a military man, and he was born in Germany. Moved around growing up, and he's done that in his profession. 0-2 on Baez. 6th round pick of the Dodgers. He was originally an outfielder. Traded to Tampa Bay. Traded to Detroit. Traded to Arizona. Traded to the White Sox. Dealt to the Blue Jays. Then to the Cardinals. Signed as a free agent with the Nationals, Cubs, Braves, Marlins, and now Padres. Baez will have an infield hit.
Yep. Gonzalez could have put that one in his back pocket. Not going to throw out Baez on a ball like that. And the thing about Edwin, he's still only 32 years of age, very young when he came to the big league. So he's got a great shot at surpassing Dotel for that most teams played for record. I don't know if that's anything you would really cherish as a player, but it's kind of fun.
Former Padre David Ross. Ball 1.
Put a clock on it. What do you got?
I did not time it.
3.7.
Okay. I like that.
I have no idea. Just guessing. No, what's I used to know that. Do you know what the average speed of a guy going on the first baseline is?
Do not know.
Probably 4-ish. Somebody on Twitter will send that in.
Oh, yes, of course. Baez takes off. Here's the throw, and it's a little late. Baez got in. Team leading 11th stolen base.
He's explosive. He gets to full speed in a hurry. And as we mentioned earlier, Betancourt can really throw. He's actually pitched a couple times this year in blowout games. They got him at 97 on the gun.
Ross gets the intentional walk.
And for me, if I'm pitching, even though I'm down in the count there, I want to face the 8-hole hitter. This stage of the game, I want to get after that 8-hole hitter and try to have the pitcher leading off the next inning. Most managers never pitch, so they don't think like a pitcher.
Right. A few of them have pitched, but you're right, not too many.
The guy that managed here for a long time successfully, Buddy Black. So Black gave way to Green.
John fouls it off. If you're in the ballpark, you might not be able to see this, but Rooftop across Waveland now advertising for Cork Baseball, and Joe's T-shirts and proceeds go to charity. And we should have some images of the new lines of T-shirts coming out maybe this week, and one of them involves Cubs backup catcher standing at first base. I've gotten a sneak peek at the new one, and it's great. It'll be very popular.
Is it a grandpa themed T-shirt?
Yeah. Those T-shirts have really caught on and raised a lot of money for good causes. 2 strikes on Lester. Here's the pitch. Now 1-2. Sometimes Joe does the 2-strike bunt, but there are 2 outs, so he wouldn't do it here.
You're trying to figure out how you're going to extricate yourself from that one, weren't you?
I was.
Get a knock. We'll flip one to center.
Well, he does make contact, but he bounces to the second baseman Sardinas, and the inning is over. Talked about Addison Russell in the open. And he just cranked one to deep left center to get the Cubs the lead, 1-0.
For the Cubs' next homestand, that features the Pirates and Giants. Don't miss any action during the stretch run. Visit Cubs.com to get your tickets today.
Tons of Cub fans here in San Diego. Hello. A young Bears fan.
Bears shirt, the Cubs socks.
Twitter consensus, yeah, 4-ish. First base.
Yeah.
So we always believe Twitter like we do Wikipedia. We're going to go with it.
Yeah, I see Mickey Mantle in his prime from the left side. 3-1 maybe.
Dickerson fouls off. He was at the plate when Jankowski was caught stealing at third. 3-1. Wow.
Dickerson, pretty good power the other way, and an inclination to hit that ball the other way, especially against a left-handed pitcher. Left-handed hitters will talk about trying to keep that front shoulder closed, stay in. With that approach, you're more likely to hit it to the middle of the diamond or opposite field.
One driven to left, but Bryant is there to glove it for the out.
Dickerson, he'd be good at Fenway. You could just ping him off the wall there. The monster.
Bethancourt, you mentioned he's pitched a couple of times. He's played a little outfield, even just a touch of second base.
Yeah, and I think going forward, that's the plan. They've got a very good catching prospect down in the minor leagues, and I think Bethancourt.
The bat didn't make it to Russell. The ball did. That'll be a 6-3 ground out. Bethancourt hit a game-winning homer off John Lackey on May 11th, and John was not too thrilled with Bethencourt's reaction. And after the game, John said, "I got a long memory." He'll learn.
Yeah. Well, John on the DL right now, so he's not going to be able to exact any revenge in this series.
Patrick Kivlahan playing left. Third game in the majors. He's 4 for 6 with a homer, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 4 runs. It's not this easy, man. Pretty interesting story for Kivlahan. He went to Rutgers on a football scholarship. He played defensive back all 4 years there. He tried baseball as a senior, hit .392 with 14 homers, 24 steals in 51 games. He ended up being a 4th-round pick of the Mariners. 2012, traded to Texas in the offseason, traded back to Seattle, and then the Padres grabbed him on waivers a couple of weeks ago. One and two. One and three. Struck him out. After 2, Cubs 1, Padres nothing.
And their winning streak in a match with the LA Galaxy. Coverage begins at 7 on CSN Plus. I like the Fire by 1.5 goals in that one.
You've been studying up. That's good. Any game that involves a pitch, you're in, right?
How about Brazil winning gold in the Olympics, in Olympic soccer? That's pretty exciting.
Missed it.
But I just saw highlights of they won in a shootout, penalty kick, whatever they call it. I guess it would be a shootout. Shootout. It was a shootout.
Now we're going to get tweets about our lack of soccer knowledge. 1-1. Fowler, here's a pitch. It's high, 2-1. Jeff asks us, what's our favorite thing about San Diego?
The weather.
Weather's pretty good. Yep. Two and two. I like how convenient it is with this ballpark right in the heart of downtown, next to the the gas lamp district.
Yeah, if, you know, in our world, what do we like? Proximity to the ballpark, a good coffee shop or a breakfast spot, decent press dining, good vantage point in the booth, and then we're happy.
Fowler fouls it off himself. By the way, it is penalty kicks, not a shootout.
But on the graphic when they were doing it the other day, it said shootout. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same kick that they would do if there were a penalty kick from that line.
Right.
But I've watched in the Olympic coverage on the graphic, it said shootout.
Okay. Oh. 3-2.
Lovely night here in Sandusky.
Continue to kind of tweak the dimensions of this ballpark. It has long been a pitcher's park, and it still is. And I envision in about 20 years it'll be about 230 to the gaps at the rate they've been going. Ball 4. Fowler has walked both times, and then both times to lead off an inning. Follow In-Game Live on CSNChicago.com, presented by State Farm.
What happened to the beach?
So, well, it's called the San Diego Beach, but it's more of a
seating, like a patio area.
Patio area.
They don't have the sand.
Yeah.
It's not a kid hangout anymore.
No.
It's an adult spend money hangout.
There's some sand, I guess, in back of that area. Bryant takes a strike. So originally to right center it was 411. Padres shortened it to 400 in 06. 2013 they shortened the distance out in the right field alley, left center as well. They've got this home run deck area in right. There's a high wall. It's like New York what they did in left. They've got a seating area in front of the old wall. They moved in a portion of the left field wall a few feet, lowered the height by a foot. There's that area I was just talking about. That was last year, and then this year the wall in front of that area in right center, the pier and the beach, lowered.
Yeah, it's like they called in a contractor. They said, yeah, we can do anything is possible. You tell us what you need and we'll make it happen. We can drop the plans.
Bryant pops it down the right field line and it'll get out of play. I will say this, the changes they've made, and that's a really neat part of the park, the Western Metal Supply Company building. And I believe the reason that's there, the original reason was they were not allowed to knock it down. It dates back to 1909, but they not only made the best of it. I love how the foul pole's right at the corner of the building.
Integrating that into the ballpark was a great idea. A really cool feature.
A bit of a Camden Yards feel to it in that left field corner. But all the changes they've made, I think they've blended those into the ballpark very nicely. If you walked in here for the first time, you would never say it doesn't look right.
It looks a little busy. A lot going on out there. But you got to make money. Padres on the field. Interesting with A.J. Preller coming on. He's going on 2 years now, the general manager of the Padres, 2 years into his tenure. Made a big splash his first offseason. Big trades, free agent signings, brought in veterans, kind of went into a go-for-it mode and it blew up on them.
Down by the catcher.
Completely reversed course.
Ooh.
Traded away a lot of those guys that they had acquired. Kimbrel, Matt Kemp, Upton.
Both
they're
Uptons.
Upton. Yeah, they're Upton this year. And on
Shields.
Pomerantz, Shields. All these guys. So they've replenished the farm system. They're very aggressive in the international free agent signing period this year. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out in the next 2 or 3 years. Because a lot of these young players that they have now that we're seeing for the first time, they're not like the Cubs youngsters that came up at 22, 23, 24. A lot of these kids are 26, 27.
Bryant lines to Rosales, and he'll throw late in an attempt to double off Fowler. So Chris is 0 for 2, and now they'll shift against Rizzo.
On Tuesday, August 30th. That would be a week from tomorrow. Cubs play the Pirates. First pitch 7:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving adults 21 and over receive Cubs wine cork sunglasses presented by Barefoot Wine. Tickets are still available for this game. Visit Cubs.com.
So, JD, I'm curious, what do you think about where Sardinas is playing?
I think it's a brilliant deployment by Andy Green of his forces here. The way Rizzo hits the ball so sharply on that side, there's no way Will Myers would be able to come off the bag and make a play.
Anthony bounced into a 4-6-3 double play in the first inning. And he grounds one right back through the middle for a base hit. Fowler's going to try to make third. He'll get there. Jankowski could not get a handle on the ball, and they're at the corners.
Good swing in the bat, good aggressive turn by Dexter Fowler. The little bobble out there by Jankowski may have saved him because he looked like he was ready to come up and try to make a big play on Fowler. And had he done that, Rizzo might have been able to get into scoring position himself. I don't think, and I haven't seen him play a lot, I don't know, maybe he's got a big arm, but I don't think he was going to throw out Dexter. But it looked like he had an intention of going there, and that might have allowed Anthony to sneak into second base.
I'm with you. I don't think he had a reasonable shot. Zobrist in an RBI spot. He's at first and third with one away. Cubs lead 1-0. A little low, according to Kerwin Danley.
Mentioned earlier that Edwin really got knocked around last time. Give up 8 earned runs in 4 innings, but for the most part he's been good. 6 starts, 4 really good ones. Took a no-hitter into the 6th in one of his ball games. A couple clunkers and 4 good ones.
There's the line on said start. Now 3-0. Another ex-Cub, Clayton Richard, the lefty, chatting with Brett Wallace. Clayton is starting for the Padres.
If you recall Edwin's time with the Cubs, victimized by the big inning quite often. Leadoff walk here. Got the line out to Bryant on the base hit, and the tendency with men on base to really slow things down and work out of the zone. They are loaded.
2 walks and a single here in the third.
Right man, right place. Addison Russell.
Happy 16th birthday to Emma Jansen. Rooting on the Cubs back home watching tonight. Let's look at Addison's first at bat. 4th homer on this trip already.
So that's home runs at 3 consecutive at-bats, because he came out of the game yesterday. Soler took that at-bat the last time. He would have been up.
In right, Kiblahan, long run over near the line. Fowler tagging, and he will score. 2-0 sac fly. Addison Russell. This is the 22nd time he's knocked in at least 2 runs this year. That leads the Cubs. He's got 80 RBIs this year.
Kiblahan did not look particularly steady pursuing that fly ball.
First and third for Hayward, as Rizzo also tagged. Anthony, yesterday, game had already long been decided with one of the great tags you'll ever see. As Soler, you mentioned him, popped one up in foul ground, maybe 30 feet, 45 feet from home plate. First baseman caught it. There was nobody covering home, so he just trotted in. It was in the 9th inning.
Yeah, catcher pursued the pop-up as well. Pitcher didn't cover home.
Yep, they're going to give you the run. Take it. Here's a 1-strike pitch. Hayward bounces foul. Another 16th birthday, Bryn Bykema. Happy 16th. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. Addison Russell, 2 at-bats, or 1 official at-bat, 2 knocked in. Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available At your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Strike called on Rosales. Popped him up left side. Baez back of third, now into foul territory, and he's got it. So that is the San Diego Beach and the sandbox out in right center. You asked for sand, you got it, JD.
Yeah, there we go.
Lovely night, 73 degrees as we got started. Sardinas making his Padre debut. 43 games with Texas 2 years ago. 36 with Milwaukee last year, 32 with Seattle this season before being acquired by the Padres a week ago today. Curveball is in the dirt. Cubs' next opponent is the Dodgers. Adrian Gonzalez hit 3 homers today. Dodgers hit 7 in an 18-9 win at Cincinnati. That was the weekend wraparound series, so they split it 2-2.
Gonzalez has been hot lately. Corey Seager had a big game. Jock Peterson's playing well. Howie Kendrick. Let's look at the Dodgers in a long while. They've asserted themselves. They've done a remarkable job with all the pitching injuries they've had to deal with.
Andrew Toles, Rob Segedin hit their first career home runs into left, and it'll drop. And a broken bat for Sardinas. Both their hits, I believe, are broken bat singles. Jankowski in the first and Sardinas.
I believe you are correct.
Here in the third. Now Jackson.
On July 24th, John went 4+, walked 5, a season high, allowed 4 runs to the Brewers. Since then, he's been really good. 3-0 with a 174 covering, or excuse me, 175 covering his last 4 starts. And in those ball games, 25 2/3 innings, 28 punch-outs, just 5 walks.
He leads the team in quality starts. I think that might surprise some people. I feel like the good work he does doesn't stand out maybe as much as other guys' good outings.
Yeah, because
he's not flashy.
There was a time there where he led Major League Baseball in starts allowing 2 runs or fewer, or something. He may still. I don't know. Yeah, you look at his game by game, and there's a whole lot of games where he's only allowing a run or 2. Look out.
Rizzo was way off the bag, pulled in, guarding against the bunt.
My bad, Riz.
Yeah, but you're not going to see a lot of 8 innings, no runs, 1 walk, 14 strikeouts. Those dominating big wow kind of lines. You're going to see a lot of 7 innings, 1 or 2 runs, just low walks. Runner goes and Jackson fouls away. He did in his last start go into the 7th against Milwaukee with a big lead and threw a lot of pitches, 118.
Yeah, that was kind of a grind him out game for him. He wasn't particularly sharp that day. Threw a lot of pitches, a lot of deep counts. It was a hot day too. Time of the year where players really enjoy the trip to the West Coast. Get in some cooler weather, get out of the humidity.
"24 starts. He's gone at least 7 innings 11 times. And all those times he's gone 7, he's given up no more than 2 runs. Runner on the move and a bunt by Jackson, and somebody's got to cover third, and a couple of guys got over there, Russell and Ross. Sardinas never really made a move toward third once he got to second.
And as you saw that play develop, Baez coming in to field the bunt, third base vacated. But Baez does something smart here. He hesitates a little bit before making the throw to first. Buys a little time for Russell, who was scampering over, and David Ross, who was sprinting up the line. Also holding Sardinas a little bit if he were contemplating a mad dash to third base.
Jankowski with 2 outs. Curve strike. Kind of a weird sacrifice, isn't it, to give a guy? The runner was almost already at second when he got the bunt down. But that's the call.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm Andy Green, I have Jackson bunt there because he could handle the bat, but just trying to stay out of the double play. And probably thinking I'm going to start the base runner here because the Cubs are so aggressive defending the bunt.
Sardinas takes off, throw to third, just gets away from Baez. Fortunately, he got a glove on. He whiffed completely. Padres get a run.
Yeah, so again, you can question the strategy here with a left-handed hitter up and 2 outs. But at least Sardinas, unlike Jankowski, just took that huge lead and went. Jankowski tried a delayed steal. And look at Dave. He's such a good teammate. He's telling John, my fault. I should have had him.
Corner guys are in. 2-1 on Jankowski. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. It's Russell. And the inning is over. Padres get their first runner to third, but they still haven't scored through 3. Our Coors Banquet, timeless moment on this date, 1982. Cubs paid tribute to Ernie Banks, and they retired number 14. She has 8,000 Twitter followers.
Hashtag Cindy Lou Who.
Baez to lead off the fourth. Ball one.
Oh, by the way, happy Chicken Wolf Day, too. Talking about this date in baseball history.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I look forward to this one every year. 1886, playing for Louisville, Chicken Wolf hits a game-winning home run thanks to a stray dog tearing at Red Stockings' Abner Powell's pant leg, causing the center fielder to miss the ball.
William Van Winkle Wolf, known as Chicken.
Chicken Wolf. If you pull him up on Baseball Reference, he kind of looks like Tom Hanks from the Polar Express. I figure Edwin would have some inside knowledge on his former mates. Going soft breaking ball there to Baez. Should throw this slider off the plate. He did. Baez wise to it. That's the challenge for Javi, is once you get to full, can you still not sell out on the fastball? Because I think that's still his biggest problem in these counts. He still gets a little overly aggressive, and he'll either chase breaking pitch out or fastball way up.
On the ground into center. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, and that was maybe the changeup or some kind of a dead fish fastball at 91. It's right over the heart of the plate. Edwin has always thrown his changeup hard. Fangraphs has him at 88 miles per hour on his changeup. So that one at 91, maybe just a little sinker, but Bethencourt gave him a 5, so he could have thrown something other than a fastball. There it is again. And that was a cutter.
So maybe that, yeah, maybe that's that pitch. Oh, nice catch by Sardinha as he topples over Kiblahan in foul territory, and fortunately both guys are all right.
Sardinha's having a nice night out there defensively. He's made 2 really good catches this time. Spectacular play. He's trying to wave Kiblahan off, but Kiblahan's not looking at Sardinha. He's tracking the ball. Former safety Kiblahan, he's a ball hawk. He's going to try to make a play on the ball.
Don't think he made contact until the ball was caught, so no interference. No. It'll just be a first down. Might go to review to make sure he had both feet in bounds. Here's Lester. Yeah, I think it is a cutter, because that was a pitch I wondered about earlier that looked like a slider, yeah, but was it 90, 91?
Sliders typically 86, 87. The one he threw Javi had no action at all. It was kind of like a dead fish sinker or something, but maybe he just didn't execute the pitch. I swiped second last time he was on. Unlikely he would be running in this situation with John batting. He might do a little hit and run or bunt and run. You saw the Padres.
He goes, and Lester cranks one. That'll be caught by Kivlahan. Throw back to first is late. Felt like he hit that ball better than it went.
Maybe a little topspin. On Wednesday, August 31, Cubs Pirates, first pitch 7:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans receive Cubs player decals presented by Citgo. Tickets are still available for this game. Visit Cubs.com.
Fowler has walked twice and scored once. Astros beat the Pirates 3-1 in Pittsburgh tonight. Pirates, who had been hot, have now lost 4 in a row. Astros had that marathon in Baltimore yesterday.
4.5 hour rain delay before they even got started.
And played an inning and had another 30-minute delay. 2-run homer, Teoscar Hernandez. Is that how you say it?
I believe so.
Okay. 7 scoreless for Doug Fister.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around Zastrinski.
You better get it right, because he may.
Yeah, he's looked good.
He may be out there a little more often. The Z-Man.
I figured out the best way to do it is like Costanza. You go Zastrinski.
No,
Strizny. Knee, yes.
Think knee.
Strizny. I keep wanting to put a K in there.
Where?
Towards the end. I want to make a key. Strinsky or something like that, because that's a more common ending. Ski. You wouldn't mind a K, right? A pitcher. Put a K in there for Rob.
Well, if you could put a K, it still could be knee.
A hard K.
3-0 on Fowler.
Well, last time I second guessed the Padres positioning, it came back to bite me, but I'm looking at Sardinius out there in shallow right for Fowler, thinking if he hits a routine ground ball with not a lot of pace on it, they're not going to throw him out with his speed.
Don't do it. You are risking your reputation with the baseball gods. High in the air, 3-0 swing. Jackson gets Fowler to end the inning. It's 2-0 Cubs. On Wednesday, August 31st, the Cubs have specially priced tickets in the Terrace Reserved outfield section, and each ticket includes a special Cubs military cap. For more information, visit Cubs.com/ Special group nights. Alexei Ramirez. Bottom 4, 2-0 Cubs.
Most of these Padre hitters don't have much of a book on John Lester. Ramirez has seen him a fair bit. 10 out of 39 coming into this ball game.
Thought about a bunt. Rizzo and Baez were ready to charge. Mark Trumbo leads the majors in homers. He hit his 38th tonight. Orioles beat the Nationals 4-3. Hitters count taken for a strike.
We talk so much about having the ability to throw something other than a fastball in a hitter's count, but nothing wrong with bottom of the zone fastball.
Time for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Steven Strasburg was supposed to make that start, but he's on the DL with an elbow issue. Mentioned the 3 homers by Gonzalez. And the Pirates have lost 4 in a row. The Astros have won 3 straight. Swing and a miss. Good comeback by John. 2-0 start. And he strikes him out.
Third strikeout of the night for John. Big slow curveball. Catches Ramirez well out in front. Yeah, Strasburg coming off a very rough outing in Denver. And a couple starts prior to that too, he had not pitched particularly well.
Myers the batter and takes a strike. You mentioned his Rookie of the Year season with Tampa Bay. That was under Joe Madden. Outside on a fastball. 1-1.
Every time I see him, I think of Dale Murphy. Just in terms of his stature.
Yep.
Broad-shouldered, long and strong.
Red Sox beat the Rays 6-2 in St. Pete. David Price over his former team. He's 12-8. 8 shutout innings on just 2 hits for the lefty. Chris Carter hit his 30th. Brewers over the Rockies 4-2 the final.
Got him with a cutter down and in last time.
Jimmy Nelson coming off that rough outing against the Cubs. He got the win.
Brewers had just 4 hits in the ball game. Big Chad Bettis. He's 10-7 despite a 529. Corrected for altitude. It's probably more like a 474.
Myers draws the 1-out walk.
Friday night, kick off a brand new season of high school football with High School Lights on CSN, hosted by Kelly Kroll. It's a half hour of scores, highlights, and reaction from around the region. Don't miss the season premiere of High School Lights, presented by Wintrust, starting at 11 on CSN and streaming live at csnchicago.com. It's 11 p.m. Friday night.
Dickerson line to left in the second. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second. Myers is in. So the Pods are 3 out of 4 stolen base attempts tonight. That's his 22nd.
Yeah, so Myers took the big lead and off he went. David Ross didn't have much of a chance on that one.
Ross now asking Baez to join the conversation on the mound. The details aren't, I guess, that important, but I will just say this. Pretty sad what's going on with Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah, yes.
Now getting into a bit of a war of words.
Yep. It's kind of ugly.
I did not see the special. Did you see it?
I saw a good chunk of it, yes.
I heard it was a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know what the truth is.
So they got them together, right? To try to kind of rekindle some memories. And
yeah, you know, because of both dealing with the addiction issues and having gone through it and kind of trying to tell their story about young kids, you know, young players coming to New York in that environment and how it affected them and how it stayed with them their whole lives and how they're trying to deal with it now.
And Lester now makes a throw to Baez. They've got Myers caught.
It's such an important play going forward, not just for this game, but for every team that's got an advanced scout watching this, thinking that John's never going to make a throw or never make an accurate throw.
So they are 3 out of 5 tonight, and both the outs have been made between second and third.
Playing a little flag football here.
Well, I think what happened there is Javi wasn't quite sure.
They're just running into each other.
Where Myers was going, and it was more just hold him up and avoid a collision. So 2 outs, nobody on, and 2 strikes.
Myers is reversing course there, and Javi's just running full speed, getting ready to flip that ball to Russell.
He is not afraid of contact. So now the question is, will the Padres change their strategy?
Usually it does, absolutely. When we've seen this happen in the past, teams that are trying to take liberties, all of a sudden they get caught like that. Doesn't mean they wouldn't try to steal another base off John tonight, but in terms of, you know, taking that huge lead and just going. We saw it with Milwaukee earlier this year where they were running aggressively early and then just kind of decided to put the brakes on.
Got him on the cutter to end the inning. After 4, Cubs lead the Padres 2-0. To you by PNC. This is the rest of your road trip, or our road trip, everybody's road trip. Night game tomorrow here on CSN. Getaway day on Channel 9 Wednesday, and then you see the channels on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 7, 9, and CSN.
Hope I packed all the right shirts.
Kris Bryant.
He's got to go deep at least once in this series, right?
Sure. I'm all for it. I suppose this would be a good time to do it because the Cubs will not be no hit tonight. The Padres have never had a no hitter. And this is a franchise that started up in 1969. They didn't have a cycle until about a year ago, August 14th, 2015, in their 7,444th game. Matt Kemp hit for the cycle.
Preston Gomez pulled Clay Kirby with a no-hitter going. Pinch hit for him, I think, in the bottom of the 8th, maybe.
Bryant rarely reacts. And he did not like pitch number 3, and it didn't look like a strike. 4 was right in the same spot, and this time he got the call.
Yeah,
so maybe the little stare worked.
4 might have been a wee bit better than 3. So it's kind of the Where's Waldo thing with Edwin, right? With all the teams he's played with, that would be a good office pool in the offseason. Try to, you know, predict everybody, pick a team where Edwin's going to show up next year.
Bryant to deep left center. You called it. Can he now hit more than one? 3-0.
True blue, bona fide, slam dunk superstar in his second year in the major leagues.
Back in a tie with Nolan Arenado atop the league.
Boom. Not a great home run park, of course, but with Bryant's power, can make any place play small.
So Arenado and Bryant each have 32. We mentioned Carter. Chris Carter with his 30th tonight. (2-0) on Rizzo. Bryant knocking himself in. Has scored 100 runs now. Asked him the other day if that was ever a goal of his. He said, no, not really, but he gave all the credit to the guys behind him in the order. Rizzo and Zobrist, Russell. He's been getting on, and they've been knocking him in. He's the major league leader in runs scored.
Yeah, well, he's well positioned in front of Anthony, in that there's going to be certain times where he might get pitched to a little more aggressively. I think mostly when you're hitters like Bryant and Rizzo, it's very difficult to protect them because pitchers are, rarely going to want to challenge them regardless of the situation. But I think in terms of the runs scored, the advantage he has hitting in front of Anthony, other than the fact that Anthony's a great run producer, is his ability to go first to third on base hits to the right side. But Anthony pulls the ball. manages to get it through the shift. We've seen it quite often. Brian able to get himself to third base.
Well, that ball smoked the other way. It's going to one-hop the wall. Rizzo to second. Another league leader. That's his National League pacing 37th double.
Two-seamer leaking out over the plate.
Zobrist has popped out to short and walked. Takes ball one outside. So Bryant now is at 58 home runs in the first 2 seasons of his career. That's a Cubs record. And he's 1 homer away from the top 10 all time in a player's first 2 seasons. Joe DiMaggio has the record, 75. One and two. Number 90 for Jackson is a strikeout pitch to get Zobrist. It's the first out here in the 5th. It is only Edwin's 2nd strikeout tonight.
They mentioned his low strikeout rate coming in. It's kind of ironic because Zobrist one of the tougher guys in the league to strike out, but he got him. 2nd punch out for Edwin.
Russell a homer and a sacrifice fly.
Brought up that factoid about DiMaggio having the most home runs after 2 years. He had 46 home runs his 2nd year. He was 22 years old. It was the best home run season he ever had.
Happy 47th, Sean Bradshaw from Lebanon, Missouri. Big Cub fan as Bethancourt fakes a throw to second. Yankees are in Seattle tonight, and Starlin Castro has hit 2 home runs, 5-3 Yankees in the 6th. So let's see, Starlin now has 17 home runs, most he hit as a Cub, 14.
Yankees have called up some kids that are doing a lot of damage. They've gone young.
Two balls and a strike. Foul pop up. Out of play.
Gary Sanchez went deep again. It's the young catcher they called up. He's 3 for 3 tonight. He's had 8 home runs in 17 games. One thing you have to be aware of on the bases with Ed, when he throws a lot of balls in the dirt. Slider down there when he's trying to get a chase. Sometimes he'll throw that scud heater.
Mark McGwire in his first 2 full major league seasons. He had 81 home runs, but his first go around he played 18 games in 86, hit 3. 49 to lead the majors in 87. So it's not technically first 2 seasons. 2 down. He is the Padres bench coach.
Yeah, he hit 49 his rookie year.
Yep.
Set the record, right? Or either broke or tied the record that Al Rosen had set. He tied him or beat him by 1.
Well, if you look at his coaching career trajectory, he is on a path to be a big league manager, right? Hitting coach to bench coach. That would be the next logical spot. Hayward, foul. Close.
Oh my. Inches.
Court pouncing on it.
Going to be less likely to gamble, of course, with 2 outs on a ball in the dirt. Already in scoring position. Working hard out there tonight. Comes pitch number 100.
I don't think they've had anybody getting loose in their bullpen to this point at all.
Padres coming off a series against the Diamondbacks. They won 3 out of 4. They scored 9 runs twice, scored 7 runs in one of the other ball games. Shut down pretty good in the loss, 2-1. As Len mentioned earlier, since the beginning of June, they've been really good in this ballpark offensively.
Deep right, way back. Did he catch it? No, it's a home run. Jason Hayward makes it 5-0.
If he caught that, Jason might have ran out to right field and just tackled him. He might have just mauled him. The way he's been going, he had that line drive just go foul. That had to feel awfully good. And everybody up to greet him. It's been a rough go for Jason. Took a little 4-day sabbatical. And a nice start after hitting the reset button. Ford home run replay for the 3rd time tonight. Hayward joins Russell and Bryant with long balls.
Kiplehan wasn't sure. He looked into his glove and could not find the ball. A roller backhanded by Sardinius. Baez hustling, and he's just out to end the inning. Couple of home runs. Bryant led it off. Hayward with 2 outs knocks in 2 more. 5-0. Jason Hayward getting 4 days off, including all 3 in Colorado, and tonight coming back and getting his first home run of the month. And now there is action up in the Padres bullpen. That is Keith Hessler. Lester back to work. Swing and a miss by Bethancourt.
Been some excitement on the bases for the Padres here tonight, but they still have not crossed home plate. And that's a point we make frequently, and John starts. His job is not necessarily stolen base prevention, it's run prevention, and he's really good at that.
Well said. Yep. Aesthetics really do affect, I think, how you perceive a player, a particular game, a performance.
He's tough in the red zone.
Right.
I was at a spring training game this year, sitting down there with Lori and maybe the girls, and John was pitching, and somebody stole a base on him or something happened. He maybe threw it away. I don't recall exactly what happened. It's a nice elderly couple sitting behind us. Just outraged. They stood up and they're like, "Get rid of him!" They were screaming, and I was like, "What are these people doing? It's going to be okay." If you were the person screaming, I apologize. I appreciate your passion.
Bethencourt out on strikes.
Whether the Cubs are home or on the road, get a behind-the-scenes look at beautiful Wrigley Field. The Cubs offer guided tours that include a chance to step on the field. This must-see Chicago attraction houses over 100 years of history. For more information, visit Cubs.com/tours.
Kivlahan jumps on the first pitch. Who wants it? Hayward. Foul ground. 2 outs. Hey, I want to wish a happy 17th anniversary to my lovely wife, Pam.
Oh, congratulations. Happy anniversary.
She's probably sleeping, but we shall catch it on the replay tomorrow.
17 years ago today.
Yep.
What were you doing at the time?
We both outkicked our coverage.
Where were you working?
Milwaukee. And some radio, some fill-in work with the Brewers.
Were you able to duck out of town, have a little honeymoon?
We were going to, but we had unfortunately a family situation that precluded us from doing that, but eventually we did.
Yeah.
Went to Mexico. The 1-1 to Rosales is inside.
Padres still with just the 2 broken bat base hits in this game.
How long have you and Lori been married?
What is this, 2016?
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, it'll be 31 years.
Wow. That's great. Well, as I said, you and I both did very, very well. A lot of families on this trip. This is a big family trip before the rosters expand. A lot of kids running around the pool at the hotels.
Yeah, I imagine there's a trip made to the San Diego Zoo.
Full count on Rosales as he bounces foul. At the Maine South High School in Park Ridge and Western Michigan University. He's bounced around, 9th year in the majors. Called strike 3. Second, 1-2-3 for John tonight, leading 5-0.
Cubs lead 5-0. How do you get to Wrigley Field? The Cubs suggest taking public transportation. The Cubs offer a free bike check. Now located by the Addison Red Line station. For drivers, the Cubs provide free remote parking and shuttle service on night and weekend games. For information, visit the A to Z guide at Cubs.com.
Into the bullpen goes Andy Green. It's Keith Hessler. And you see Brett Wallace, the other Padre who entered the game. Double switch. He'll play third.
Hessler, just a handful of appearances with the big club. Started the year with the Diamondbacks at Double-A, 7 times there, and then the Padres acquired him. 1-1 with the .295, 28 appearances for their Triple-A club. Fastballs and sliders.
DC native. David Ross. Foul strike to right. From the stretch, and the 0-1. A little low.
By my count, and this would be including Bethancourt and any other position players they've used, 30 different pitchers this year for the Padres. Does that make sense?
Sure. 1 and 2.
With all the trades, yeah, all the turnover.
The entire opening day rotation is not active or not here.
I wonder if they had to scrub some promotions, like it was, so-and-so's bobblehead day coming up, but so-and-so wasn't here anymore.
Ross and Shields and Cashner would be
bobblehead worthy.
Yeah.
Maybe they crammed them all, put them all on the schedule prior to the trade deadline. It'd be a savvy move by the marketing department. So if you're a player in your walk year and you notice that there's a bobblehead giveaway before the trade deadline, don't buy a house. Go to the marketing people. Hey, you want to push that back till September?
Ground ball base hit. Ross is aboard.
Second reach for David. He was intentionally walked back in the second. Long look down at Gary Jones, trying to figure out what's going on here. So it's more of a challenge, with Joe being unconventional with his approach in these situations. You kind of have to go pitch by pitch and make sure you bear down. Many times, many teams, when a pitcher's going up there in this situation, they won't even put on any signs. The managers just tell them, hey, bunt, get him over. And you're just up there bunting the whole way.
Lester gets the job done. That will go 1-4.
He's a very good bunter.
Yep.
Hessler, originally a 28th round pick of the Diamondbacks. 2011. 2010, excuse me, June draft.
you know the Padres did not have a bobblehead giveaway? The only team in baseball this year without one.
So maybe that's why they didn't schedule any.
Thanks, Drew, on Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah. Guess they were hedging their bets. Bounce to the shortstop, Ramirez, and he gets Fowler. With Ross staying put at second.
It's my imagination, but it looks to me like Will Myers pulls his foot early every time.
Well, you can't do that now. Guys used to be able to cheat a little bit, but in this replay era, got to make sure you keep the foot on the base. Bottom of the zone strike. One and one. Our buddy Chris Kampka tweeted this out. 30 homer, 100 run seasons for Chicago Cub age 24 or younger. Okay. Chris Bryant. That's it.
Nobody else. There's no Venn diagram, and there's no other bodies involved there.
That's it.
So with that high 3/4 delivery, pretty good angle, able to shoot that ball down around the knees. Bryant's a good low ball hitter. Good hitter, period.
To third, Wallace. He better. I was going to say, oh, he got him. He really took his time, but you can't do that with Chris Bryant.
Joe's asking Joe West to hold up the proceedings here while they contemplate a challenge. Yeah, we've seen a number of infielders get burnt. Being surprised by Bryant's speed.
They got him.
They got him.
Great hustle, though, by Chris. And the inning is over. Bottom six coming up. Cubs 5, Padres nothing. Our Cubs insider all season long at CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. One strike on the switch batting Luis Sardinas. 0-2. Line shot to Bryant.
The hardest hit ball of the night for the Padres.
So first plate appearance for Wallace is high. And outside, 2-0.
The first round draft pick of the Cardinals. High expectations as he works his way through the minor leagues. Has some big numbers in the minor leagues after an outstanding collegiate career. Has never really been able to put it together at the big league level.
Got a big 3-run homer at Wrigley Field. First game of that doubleheader on May 11th. Padres won it 7-4. It was a go-ahead shot.
At 302 last year for the Padres. 107 plate appearances.
Two and one on him. Sixth inning, Cubs 5, Padres nothing. That's a strike.
Brett came up with the Astros back in 2010, and I remember watching him take BP and the ball just exploding off of his bat. I thought, man, this guy's really going to be something.
Yep.
And I was talking to Jeff Bagwell about him, and Baggy had some issues with his mechanics. And, you know, he didn't like the way he kind of got locked up with his lower unit, his legs. Kind of an armsy swing. Power didn't translate from batting practice into the game very often. First round, number 13 overall by the Cardinals in 08.
Muscled out into right. Coming on is Hayward, and the ball gets by him. And Wallace is going to make at least third. And that's where he'll stand with one out.
That's Jason Hayward. All bat, no glove. Is that not the most ironic play of the year?
Yeah.
He has been so good out there defensively.
Well, I thought that ball was going to hold up.
Yeah.
And it died, and clearly he misjudged
it.
He
got caught in between. And yeah, he is so good out there. It's so rare to see a misplay from Jason Hayward in the outfield. So that puts the shutout in jeopardy. Wallace standing at third with one out.
That is Jason's first error. And look out as Ross kind of kicked it, but not far enough away for Wallace to try to score.
Yeah, all the defensive metrics have Hayward right at the top of the list. It's not just, you know, the lack of errors, range, plays made, Balls in his area, converted into outs. He's got that big arm.
Cornerman pulled in, back up the middle. Here's a pitch. It is a strike. 1-1. There's Steve Kerr. Got a nice hand. They just put him up on the big board here. Warriors head coach, former Bull.
Ooh. On the plate, bottom of the knees. Could have gone either way.
The pitch. 2-2. He said, why didn't I get the last one?
And of course, Jankowski would be saying, why did he get that one?
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. For 7 for John.
Just when he needed it most. Cutter off the outside part of the plate. Jankowski in protect mode.
Inside edge. Ramirez not so sure. 1-1.
Well received by David Ross. You know, they've tried to quantify run saved in so many departments now. They talk about pitch framing, run saved, and I don't know how they quantify that. Some debate, you know, as to how that all shakes out. But you know it when you see it, right? When the guy's really good at it.
Yeah.
And I think David's really good. We had that graphic the other day where Contreras
better than
was very highly rated. Yeah. Certainly better than
all
maybe
of
the reputation.
All the defensive stuff is very promising, and it should only get better.
So he's got some notes in front of him.
3-1 to Ramirez. Ball 4. That was only his 17th walk. Talking about Alexei Ramirez. His career walk rate is well below Major League average, under 5%.
Well, this is a pretty significant plate appearance here. Padres down 5. Got their best power threat at the plate with a couple men on base. Myers up there for the 3rd time against John.
Potential pivotal moments, and this feels like could be one of them. Cubs are up 5-0. If the Padres want to get back into this game, this might be their shot. With Myers at the plate. So John Lester walks Alexei Ramirez, and Edwin Jackson strikes out Ben Zobrist.
Yeah.
And Jason Hayward committed an error and hit a home run.
Like
so it's
full
just
moon or something.
Can't predict what may happen. Curve strike 1-2. And I forgot how many outs there were.
Dog days of August.
Runner goes from first, called strike 3, inning over. Lester pumped up as we head to the 7th, 5-zip.
New premier experience at Wrigley Field with seats featuring prime views and access to an exclusive club. Fans will enjoy Cubs baseball in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List. Beauty, luxury, charm, tradition.
Well, John Lester.
It's called picking up your teammate right there.
6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Ho hum, right?
Yeah, ho hum, and then rare misplay by Hayward in the outfield. And Big John says, "I got your back."
Okay, guy sweats a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes he struggles with the base running game. Going back to what you said, bases not runs. And then you look at the end of the night and you go, wow, he was really good tonight.
Yeah.
You had the Arrieta Lester analogy last year, kind of the horse racing.
Thoroughbred and the plow horse,
right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure John, as that ball's lined into center, I'm not sure John necessarily works harder than any of the other Cubs starters. I do not want to frame it that way to take any credit away from those guys, but it just looks like he's got to work harder.
And Kyle Hendricks is one of those Olympian dressage horses, kind of doing their thing.
That's the 3rd consecutive hit for Rizzo after he grounded into the double play in the first. Zobrist bunts. Bethencourt picks it up. The throw's late. That was not a sacrifice attempt. That was a sneak attack, and it worked.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where you drop down the bunt. If you get the base hit, it's great. If not, you know, you get silver medal. You advance the man. Bethencourt, little nonchalant here, trusting his big arm to make the play for him. I mean, you want to be out there under control, but a little more sense of urgency, I think, was needed. And nonchalant's not fair. That's not. But just he needed to, you know, be a tick more urgent.
It's going to be a really big night for Russell as he fouls to the top of the screen.
Did you think at the Olympics the horse should get a medal? Those equestrian events, they do all the work.
He should get something.
I'd like to see the horse up there on the podium.
Absolutely. Off the inside.
Well, my never-ending quest to question the Padres' defensive alignment. I find it interesting how tightly they've got the right center field gap bunch and how much room they're giving him in left center. So all of his damage goes to the pull side. At least that's my perception. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of seeing Addison driving the ball in the right center gap. Not that much, right?
Yeah. Popped up. And infield fly rule in effect as Sardinius makes the catch. Look, I don't know, but most balls that are put in play hit more toward the middle of the field. Do you feel like sometimes maybe the corner guys should cover the gaps more than they do, and just assume that the ball in the corner is going to be a double, but let's take away the middle of the field.
Yeah, especially in a big park like this. And that used to be a philosophy a lot of teams would talk about. It's just bunch the outfielders, take away the gaps.
Hayward homered his last time up.
Hessler just recalled from AAA El Paso. This is his 5th stint with the Padres this year. Kind of been on that Spencer Patton program.
Three and one. chopper and Hessler off the mound, and he'll get the out at first. So 2 outs, second and third.
Feels pretty comfortable right now. 5-0 lead for the Cubs. 7th inning. A base hit here will really kind of make everybody relax in that visitor's dugout. Not that there's a whole lot of stress in there to begin with.
Baez will be walked with Ross on deck. And I said Ross is an ex-Padre. It's true, although he did not spend much time here in San Diego. Just 11 games, 2005. Well, we might not ever see this again if the CBA, the intentional walk, actually throw the pitches, right? Isn't that going to be potentially on the table?
I know they talked about it earlier this summer. Is it still out there?
I don't know if I'll miss it. Although when it's gone, maybe you miss it, right? You think you're not going to miss it till it's gone. One and oh. Anthony Rizzo just got out of the way, and I think everybody's all right down that line.
He's having a moment right now. He's got Riz. Ball boy had to take evasive action down there.
Anthony and Chris Bryant dubbing David Ross Grandpa Rossi. Got an Instagram account for him, the whole deal. Gramps just about took his head off.
And now Riz is giving Gary Jones a business, saying, I got to be out here in harm's way. What are you doing hanging out just outside the dugout?
Now Rizzo's in the coach's box. Not related to this 2-2 pitch coming up, but your idea of the horses on the podium?
Mm-hmm.
Would they play like the Mr. Ed theme before the
anthem?
anthem?
I think so, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
right. Two to Ross. Hit well to center. Jankowski on the move. Makes the catch. To save a couple of runs. We stretch here in San Diego. Mr. Padre. Everybody thinks about him every time we come here. The great Tony Gwynn.
with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. It's a must-have.
Cubs lead 5-0. Dickerson, Bethancourt, Kivlehan due for the Padres. And ball one.
Jake Arrieta pitches tomorrow. Christian Friedrich for the Friars.
Right-hander Justin Grimm is up in the Cubs bullpen. Just to kind of underscore what you were talking about with the Padres kind of changing on the fly. Here's a pitch and fouled away. Derek Norris is on the active roster, but it was the opening day starter. Myers at first, Corey Spangenberg at second. He's on the DL. Solarte at third. But last year, Will Middlebrooks was at third. Jed Jerko at second. Yonder Alonso was at first. Base hit to left. Melvin Upton, Matt Kemp, James Shields. A lot of changes.
Remarkable, yeah.
So here's Bethancourt. And a line drive base hit. 2 on, nobody out.
Starting to square the ball up a little bit. Sardinius hit it hard for an out. Last inning, Wallace's base hit not particularly well hit. That's a good swing here by Bethancourt. Joe peeking back in to check in with Bosio to check on the readiness of Justin Grimm. So Rossi had to have a chat to buy him a little more time. And here comes Joe.
So that'll be it for Lester. 6+, just under 100 pitches, and he will leave not having allowed a run, but 2 runners on base. We'll be back. Call to the pen. Justin Grimm is on. 2 men on, nobody out.
Yeah. Padres rising up here, making some noise. Trying to break through. Grimm's been on a good roll here. 16 consecutive scoreless appearances, covering 12 2/3 innings, and during that stretch he's allowed just 6 hits. What a great pooch. So what's the deal? You hang out there for free, right? Or is that the $5 to hang on the berm?
I think so. The grass berm area near the Tony Gwynn statue we just showed you.
Pack a little picnic, hang out there.
I think it might be more than $5 now. Inflation and the like. Here's Kivlahan, just getting his big league career started. Dickerson at second, Bethancourt at first. Cubs lead 5-0. Curve strike. Hasn't been the easiest year for Justin. He's been sent down to the minor leagues a couple of times. Had some struggles earlier this season, but lately here the numbers have been good. Not giving up runs. Little tapper, that's going to be a tough play. Baez bare hands, and he got him. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, that body control you talked about earlier in the ball game on full display there. Pretty high degree of difficulty on this play.
Boy, that could loom large.
Look how much speed he has coming into this, and the ability to grab it with the bare hand, stay under control, and throw a perfect strike to first base.
Ryan Schimpf will pinch hit for Rosales. And he's got some power. And he takes a strike. Grimm's last 16 appearances, this goes back to June 28th, and back and forth from the minors a couple of times during this stretch. 16 appearances, 12 2/3, 6 hits, no runs, 15 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. So Schimpf on Friday against Arizona, 2-run homer to tie it in the 8th, 3-run homer to win it in the 10th, 4 for 5 on the night. He can slug. One and two. I want to see the Ryan Schimpf, Daniel Stumpf matchup.
Daniel Stumpf?
Yeah. Who made his debut this year with the Phillies. S-T-U-M-P-F. There's a little known member of the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
Schimpf.
Say get Schimpf out there.
No, Schimpf. He was the other brother who apparently was not.
Didn't quite qualify.
In the comedy.
Always more of a curly guy.
Two and two.
A bounce curveball. Trust David to block it, or good down and away heater. Stay away from the power.
Schimpf has a .956 OPS, slugging just under 600 against righties. That's why Andy Green's got him in the game right now. Fouled away.
Yeah, that's pretty good bat speed there. He reminds me a little bit of a Steve Pearce. He's got to 38 hits, 28 for extra bases, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 14 long ones.
Originally drafted by the Blue Jays. Padres signed him this past offseason. Ball gets away as he swings and misses. Padres get their first run. Rizzo might have saved another one though, as Ross's throw was off the mark and late.
Yeah, and there's that bounce curveball of Grimm's that can be so hard to block sometimes. It's a swing and miss pitch. You throw it hard, you throw it short, you get the chase. David normally is going to be able to control that one.
That run will be charged to Lester. 5-1 now. And it's the second baseman, Sardinas. Got Schimpf and Sardinas.
Yeah, I got this whole Bubba Gump thing going on in my head. Fried Schimpf,
Right.
butterflied Schimpf.
There's Mike Trout and Tim Salmon.
Grilled Schimpf. Ooh. Again, not egregious, but
Well,
when you're pitching, you want.
Yeah, he got the first one. It's been an inconsistent zone tonight. Oof. 2-1.
Yeah, that breaking ball I think could be hard to call for an umpire. That's a sharp breaking ball. Finishes well down below the knees.
2-2.
The Grimm curveball for catcher is kind of like catching a knuckleballer, and that it can be a really difficult pitch to handle, but you have to call it. It's such a big weapon for him.
He got him. So 2 down. And it's Wallace. Yeah, I'm with you. Just a ton of movement on that pitch. Wallace, real thick lower half. Really
yeah,
put
his
together.
ties like tree trunks. So with the way they have the defense set here, that's allowing Bethancourt to get a very aggressive lead down the third baseline. So again, that breaking pitch in the dirt becomes a potential run for the Padres. Orioles. Came in the double switch. He's in the 9-hole. Jankowski, the leadoff man, would be next.
Like this one will find the seats, although Baez, you never know. I've already promised him next Cub to dive into the stands, it's Baez, whether it's him or not. He's made a couple of those plays just seemingly out of nowhere. I think one day I misidentified him as Zobrist. Walk the ledge, you're Rizzo. If you dive in, you're Baez, right? 2-2 to Wallace. Grimm with 3 consecutive strikeouts. Padres get on the board, but it's 5-1 after 7. Hefty home runs. Not known as a great home run park, but the Cubs have cranked 3 of them. Russell, Bryant, and Jason Hayward. Schimpf will stay in and play third. New pitchers Jose Dominguez.
One and 0 with a 487 for Dominguez. This is his third big league club. Spent a little time with the Dodgers. A handful of appearances with the Rays last year.
Matt Caesar will hit for Grimm. Nice job, Justin Grimm.
Just trying to avoid a lot of damage there. Don't let him throw up the big crooked number. Get back in the ball game. Dominguez a hard thrower. Averaging 96 miles per hour with his fastball. Throws a slider and a change.
Final line on John Lester: 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. Yes, that run is earned, even though it scored on a wild pitch. And Caesar fouls off. John's ERA at 2.81 on the year. Matt's been in the lineup a bunch lately, with Hayward getting that rest.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You give Hayward a rest. You give some more at bats to Caesar, who's a valuable guy off the bench. There's your Quicken Loans rocket arm, John Lester. 6+ solid innings of work.
It's his rocket arm. That was lame. Sorry. Caesar pops it up. Caught by Sardinius. Bring up Fowler. 2 walks. 0 for 2. Officially with a run scored.
Turns back around to the left side.
So Lester tonight with his 20th quality start that ties him for the major league lead. Chance to go 5-0 since the break. Myers gloves and takes it to the bag.
'25th start for John tonight. 20 quality. Yeah, 80%. That's awfully good. And as we've noted, so many of those starts far beyond the requirements for a quality start, which is 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs or less.
Offensively, the Cubs have now scored at least 3 runs in 21 consecutive games. Second longest such stretch in the majors this year. Baltimore had a 28 gamer in June. I have to figure out how to phrase this because Joe's always in a good mood, but I felt like today pregame in our chat with him he was in a particularly good mood.
Yeah.
We had a lot of laughs in there today, and it came after a blowout loss, and I think it says a lot about Joe that he is really able to kind of take it like a piece of loose leaf paper and crumple it up and throw it in the trash, and you move on to the next one.
Yeah, he said as much after the game yesterday. So this is an easy one for me to walk away from, because I think the close games where you have some tough decisions and maybe something blows up on you or backfires and a game gets away, a tight game, that one, you know, probably stays with you a little longer than the game where you give up 7 in the first, you've committed 4 errors, you're kind of out of it from the get-go. So you just chalk it up to a bad day at work and move on. I wonder if Chris made it over to the USD campus to get his hit his favorite donut shop over there.
In on the hands, and he flies out. Do you have one in mind, or you're just thinking?
He mentioned it at the All-Star game, roses or something like that.
I'll give him my order tomorrow.
Yeah.
5-1 late.
Rose Donuts.
Rose Donuts. Okay. Here's Travis Wood. He played a little left and got a base hit.
Yeah, got a
yesterday.
knock.
In Colorado.
Now on to do his primary job. He's had a couple days off. And we haven't been able to say that very often for Travis this year. Very busy man.
And his performance has suffered a little bit here as of late. So looking for a nice clean inning here in the 8th. He's given up at least 1 run in now 4 of his last 6 appearances. Fowler gliding onto the track.
Tomorrow night, Jake Arrieta goes for his team-leading 16th win of the season. Game 2 of our series here with San Diego. Coverage begins at 8:30 with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto on CSN Chicago. Jake's got his game face on.
Well,
he's ready to go.
Every time he pitches in California here these last couple of years, it's been pretty special. On Ramirez is a strike. Make sure you join us tomorrow. Here's Jake in the state of California in his last 5 starts. He will not pitch in that series. I don't believe. Cubs do have an off day Thursday, but without knowing the exact rotation this coming weekend, assuming Montgomery pitches on his normal day, the Cubs have been giving everybody that extra day where necessary. Ramirez to second with a double.
Yeah, and it's right-handed hitters that have done a lot of damage against Travis. OPS around 900 against him. He's been able to neutralize lefties. Aroldis Chapman's had a couple of days off. He should be good to go tonight.
Myers takes outside, ball 1. I mentioned the Yankees had a lead in Seattle. Well, the game is over and the Mariners won. 7-5 the final.
The Mariners got ambushed late by Milwaukee yesterday on Craig Counsell's birthday.
They score 4, I think, in the 9th inning. The pitch. 3-1.
The Clevelands beat the Athletics 1-0. Carlos Carrasco with 8 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts, 4 hits, no walks. Carlos Santana providing the only run in the game with a solo home run.
Oh, what a stop by Russell! Out at first.
Wow, yeah, tip of the cap, sparkling play. This kid is on fire. At the plate, in the field. Oh my goodness. little help on the other end from Rizzo, but what a spectacular play.
2 down. Here's Dickerson. That was one of the hardest hit balls of the night. Outside. Man. 110 miles an hour off the bat, according to StatCast. I got to tell you,
that's an iron wall with he and Baez over there, that side of the infield.
You know what that is? That's the kind of play where we as broadcasters, you forget for about a split second that you're doing the game on the air and you feel like you're sitting at home and you want to say something that you can't really say on the air. You know what I mean? Then you catch yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are some people sitting at home who said the exact word I'm thinking of. Holy
smokes.
Smokes. What a play. Carl Edwards Jr.
Yeah, defense is fun to watch. You know that old commercial the ESPN ran a few years ago, the chicks dig the long ball. Well, you watch guys make plays like that. That's fun.
By the way, one demerit for you. You said Carlos Santana had a solo home run. You should have said had a great solo, right?
Yes.
That was a great solo by Russell. 5-1. Toast to the game. John Lester into the 7th tonight.
And his first ever start here at Petco Park. And looks like he'll be coming away with a W if all goes according to plan. If he gets it, it'll be number 14 against 4 losses.
Binny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
Dominguez out there for his second inning of work. Keith Hessler went 2, allowed 3 hits, no runs. Edwin Jackson on the hook for the loss right now. He allowed 5 earned runs in 5 innings. 7 hits, 4 walks, couple punch outs for Edwin.
It was Angel Flores who sets up our
he's our flight coordinator.
Flights.
Those guys do a great job.
Yep.
Angel and Joy and company. Angel looks like he's ready to play. It's the last 3 times up for Anthony, the former Padre. 2-strike mode, choked up on the bat.
Just foul. And somehow Nick Lentz got out of the way of that screamer. Chokes up, and he rolls it the other way into left. He's got 4 hits tonight.
Put on a clinic, young man. That might get some teams shifting less against him, too.
It's also going to get him up over 300. He was a 295 coming into the game tonight.
That was rather Tony Gwynnish
right
was. There.
He's at 301. Zobrist has been on twice. Strike called on a pitch that looked like it was outside.
Yeah. Kerwin tonight he's been kind of tight over the plate and down, but big off that outside corner to the left-handed hitters.
Two to Zobrist. Old foul. $31,707 paid crowd tonight. Not quite as many Cub fans as we had in Denver, but there are a lot.
I'm guessing a fair bit more than the Padres would draw on a normal Monday night.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this Rizzo Bryant MVP conversation, and Daniel Murphy's very much a part of it, but and the numbers are really, really close. Look at the batting average, as I mentioned, the OPS. Double play ball. Zobrist busting it down the line, and they still turn it. 4-6-3. Patrick Mooney has a vote for that award this year, and obviously we do not. I guess my line at the moment is I cannot make a case against either guy.
Absolutely.
I can't.
Yeah.
So if you want to come up with your 8 reasons why one should win it, I would say you're right, and then you could come up with 8 for the other guy, and I would say, yeah, you're right. I suppose we're biased because we're Cubs announcers, but the one thing I like about these two over Murphy is the defensive part of it. Murphy's not.
Yes, right.
Not a plus defender.
No, he's not.
Great hitter. Coming in is Kivlahan to end the inning. Well, it's a fun conversation to have. I'm sure a lot of Cub fans are arguing it over. Rizzo or Bryant? 5-1 Cubs. Four-run advantage. Here's right-hander Carl Edwards Jr.
Well, there are the numbers on the lanky right-hander. On for the 22nd time already. 0-1, 3.68 the ERA. 28 strikeouts in 22 innings of work. He's allowed just 9 hits. He's walked 9 along the way. Had one disastrous outing. Otherwise, his ERA would be in the ones. Charged with a blown save last time out in Denver, that extra inning loss to the Rockies.
So third out was made as I was kind of making the Rizzo point about the MVP conversation. I don't know if you had anything to add. Do you think they're the top 2 candidates in the league?
I do, yeah. Trying to think who else would. Murphy would be in the conversation. Arenado is going to get votes.
Seager maybe, even though he's a rookie, but he'll probably be in the top 5.
Yeah,
I would say. And look, these are individual awards. The number one thing right now is win the division, go as far as you can in the playoffs. Win a World Series is the goal, but there will be awards handed out to this club.
I loved Anthony's line the other day when he was asked about it. He said I don't remember the exact verbiage, but something along the lines of, I should win it because Chris he's got so much hardware already, and he's going to get so much more going forward.
The irony in terms of one of the awards, as Bethancourt fouls, is the Cubs are on pace to win 6 or 7 more games than they won last year. But I think it'll be very tough for Joe Madden to win Manager of the Year again, because that award usually goes to
move that around. Yeah,
a manager of a team,
lower exceeded expectations. Yes. OPS plus, so that's on base plus slugging with a correction for home field. Daniel Murphy actually leads the way.
Yeah, I think
Rizzo second, Bryant third, Votto fourth.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. I think offensively Murphy has a definite advantage on both guys, but I like the other parts of both guys' games. Now, you could claim that Murphy might, by the end of the year, be good enough offensively where that other stuff doesn't matter as much. If Murphy wins a batting title, those kinds of things, you never know, right? With a voter, he may say that's
well, yeah, and that's for me. I wish it was a Player of the Year award. Most of the voters, they kind of lean towards guys on contending teams, which will help the causes of all 3 of those gentlemen.
0-2. 95 with a little elevation.
I bet you Murphy gets some votes because Bryce Harper hasn't had a great year. People will say he's even more important to his team than he otherwise would have been because Harper's having an off year.
Maybe the Cub guys are hurt by being on such a
I mean, I don't like any of those rationalizations. I think if I had a vote, I would just vote for the guy who I thought was having the best year.
Fouled out of play.
His home run Kivlahan hit the other day. He's just getting his big league career started. Was that bomb? It was way up just below the video board out there in left field. He's got a muscular swing. It's kind of stiff. But you get the sense that he can hit it a long way. .22 home runs at the AAA level last year.
Two and two. And he got him on the breaking ball. 2 down. I think we mentioned most of the candidates. Joey Votto has been great offensively here lately. I think he's back in the 300.
Yes, yeah, he's been unbelievable for a good while now.
Bryant, Rizzo, Murphy, Arenado, Seager, Votto. It's a pretty good list right there. Cub fans on their feet. 2 outs, 9th inning. Here's Schimpf.
Throw Schimpf the curly. After Grimm and now Edwards, these Padre hitters can have nightmares about curveballs.
0-2. A symphony of let's go Cubbies. Chopper foul.
One that kind of got away a little bit from David Ross. A little floppy receiving that one. I think that was kind of a little tighter there. Fooled a little bit by that previous curveball. It stayed backdoorish. Gonna bring the cheese.
Swing and a miss. He fans the side. Cubs win. Cubs win 5-1. They're 2-2 to start this trip.
That's a way to nail it down. Punch out the side in the bottom of the 9th. 14 strikeouts for Cubs pitching tonight. Lester Grimm, Wood, Edwards Jr. And boy, what a night for Russell. He goes deep along with Bryant and Hayward.